You told me to lighten up, but it's not easy breaking habits. I got a ton of bad.
Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So today I'm gonna be making a farmhouse wreath from items from everywhere, which was kind of weird because I do so many Dollar Tree videos and just really, anyways, this is still really budget friendly. You can still get a lot of this from the Dollar Tree. I actually bought up stuff from the Dollar Tree still, but the big thing that I'm using is this truck. So I got this truck from Walmart after Easter. It was 50% off, so I think I paid $3.50 for it. So the total I paid for this wreath is under $5 still, and if you had to purchase things, I guess it'd be a little bit more, but I really try to find things that I have laying around my craft room and then putting it all together and just making it look amazing. So I'm gonna get started. I'm gonna show you guys what I put together and how I transformed this ugly little pink truck into something that looks super farmhouse. What I used for this project is this truck, a wreath form from the Dollar Tree. I have this big roll of burlap from BurlapFabric, and then I just printed this little printable Farm Fresh Free Range Organic. And then the first thing I did was I just sandpapered this down. It was really glittery. I got this from Walmart. It was 50% off from after Easter, and I thought this would be really cute if I could just flip it and redo it. I did take the Waverly Chalk paint in white, and I just painted everything completely white. I thought this would be like a really nice like primer, so that is kind of what I'm doing right now, is just kind of priming the truck. And then once that was drying, I took my wreath form, and then I am just going to make I don't even know what you would call these wreaths, but I'm making like a loopy wreath. So I'm going to take some burlap and I'm going to put it through the first hole, and then I'm just putting it underneath. So I'm just going to do it the first hole, the second hole, and the third hole. And then I'm going to be holding this really tight and not letting go, because if you do, everything will fall apart. And I give it a small little twist so everything doesn't come completely apart. And then I do this again. So I go through the first loop, the second, and then the third. And I just keep repeating this step over and over again. I made this slower so you would be able to see exactly what I'm doing, because I know some people have trouble. But once you complete this like burlap loopy wreath, you are going to love it. I learned on YouTube how to make these, so if my tutorial isn't as great, I'm sure you can find a way more explainable one, maybe like a way slower one. But this is really easy. Like I said, you just go through the first, second, and third loop, and then you just keep going until you are completely finished. And once my wreath is finally complete, I do take the loose ends and I just kind of wrap them around the back and tuck them in. And I don't seem to have a problem with that. I know some people will use pipe cleaners to hold them together, or even some glue. But like I said, I just take them and I just wrap them in between all the loops behind so you can't even see it. And then this burlap is really frilly, so I did have to cut a lot of like the loose parts of it. But I think these are so cute. You can change out anything on these wreaths if you don't glue. I prefer not to glue on things just in case I do want to reuse this for something else, but I think that turned out really good. And then I'm just using this off-white, or this antique white, in acrylic paint, and I'm just going to color the eggs. And this is definitely super cute, and it gives it still like that rustic look because I'm not using like some big bold colors. I prefer something really simple. And then I'm just going to take white acrylic paint and just go right over this to make sure all the pink is completely covered.
You told me to lighten up, but it's not easy breaking habits.
And then I'm just going to use the Pavement acrylic paint, and I'm just going to paint the wheels.
I got a ton of bad days lined up, and I ain't gonna chase no rabbits. You said it's not as bad as all that. Just need to.
And then once everything was dry, I just took my free printable and I cut around everything so it would fit on the truck. I didn't scale it down enough. I actually scaled the printable down to 25%. So if that makes any sense, that's just how my printer works, so I have to scale everything down. But that's what I chose to do. And then I knew the whole thing wasn't going to fit, so that's why I did cut everything apart. And then I just Mod Podged it right to the truck. And then the other part of the printable, I just put along the bottom of the eggs.
Take a deep breath and relax. We've got plenty of time tonight. Oh, everything's gonna be gone.
And then I'm just going to be using one of these chalkboard wood stakes from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to write 10 cents on it and stick it right in between the eggs. I thought this was super, super cute. And then I just took some twine and then I just tied it right to the wreath. So if I did want to reuse this for something else, I definitely could. But you guys, that is it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you liked this, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you are new to my channel, I would love if you hit that subscribe button down below. And I will see you all in my next one. Bye.
So I